Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Friday night, I'm just chilling. It's been a long day. Hope you guys are gonna have a good weekend. Go do something fun. Let's talk about ways that you can be more stable in your life. Just some various ways that you can think about. The first one would be your physical health. Be healthy. Make health a lifestyle. This means you're going to have to learn some discipline, doing things you don't want to do repeatedly, some consistency. Wake up early and go jogging or go to the gym, whatever it is you want to do. But get some physical activity, 4 or 5 times a week, 6 times a week if you can. You want to give yourself a couple days off, and it just depends on how old you are and what kind of shape you're in to begin with. But you want to include some physical activity in your life and make that a priority. It's not something that you'll get around to. This is important to do every day. You need to figure out a way to work 8 to 10 hours in your manual labor job or whatever you do, and to run all your errands and to take care of people, all of it. And get a good 45 minutes or so of some accelerated heart rate, some activity, break a sweat, go lift some weights, do something. Train for strength, train for growth, train for losing weight and getting lean, train for maintenance. If you're old like me, you just want to try to maintain some sort of health so you don't atrophy and become this little old weak man. And you do that because this is time spent. You're going to spend time either way. Either working out and trying to be in a good place physically with your health, or you're going to be a sloth, you're going to be a glutton, you're going to be chasing vice and escape, and bottom line, you'll just be weak and you'll be falling apart. I know guys that never worked out a day in their life, never exercised a day in their life. They don't go surfing or ride bikes or anything. They don't do anything. And at 45, 46 years old, they look like they're 70. The next way that you can create some more stability in your life, because that's what we're talking about, is how do I have a more stable life? First one was having health as a lifestyle. The second one would be to have spirituality as a lifestyle. Spiritual beliefs, they guide your life and give you meaning and purpose. As opposed to what? Like I said, with the health, with the physical fitness, there's time spent either way, either just fucking off doing nothing or doing something and having some discipline in your life. And you can get somewhere in this world or you could get nowhere. It's up to you. You have the same 24 hours that anybody else does. And you can sit there and be nihilistic and atheistic and just have this meaningless, random outlook on the world and just kind of feel like that we're lost and alone and just this speck of dust on this ball of rock and water and volcanoes and bad weather that's trying to kill us, bugs and animals and predators, and life sucks. Or you could have some deep purpose and meaning in your life that you have great joy and happiness from, that you practice every day. And that there's a lot of different types of spiritual paths out there, but pick one. This will give you more stability in your life, to feel more stable. A lot of stuff is changing. Politics and relationships in the world and all kinds of stuff changes. You change, all kinds of stuff change. But you can be grounded in your spiritual practice. Even your spiritual beliefs might evolve, but the practice doesn't have to change. It's wonderful once you get involved with it, but some people that don't. I used to be an atheist, I was a nihilist, and I used to think that this was all bullshit, but I had to do it. Another way that you can create more stability in your life, be more of a stable person, is to become known in your community. There's a lot of different ways that you can build connections in your community. It doesn't matter if you live in a big city. I lived in Los Angeles where there's millions of people, and I had like this 2-person rule. I couldn't go anywhere in town. Doesn't matter what side of town. You want to go to Compton or Beverly Hills, doesn't matter to me. I'm going to see two people I know. Because I make connections. I got connections everywhere. People know me everywhere. And I'm not famous, but I build community, even if it's just little stuff. I don't have like a giant circle of friends. I'm not throwing parties. But even if I am just running errands, I know store owners, I know people that work at the stores. And even just that's something as opposed to nothing. There's people that live in town and they're just anonymous, random people that could die tomorrow and nobody would even notice. Be someone that people notice when you die. Hey, where's that dude? So build community. That's a way that you can build stability. One reason why people really love where they live, love their neighborhood or their town or whatever, is because of the community that they've built. I think that was one of the reasons why it was so easy for me to leave LA towards the end there, was because I didn't really have a rock solid community. And here, that's what's kept me here for so long. People have asked me, how could you have been in Florida this long? I've built a community here. So what's another way that you can be more stable in your life? Let's move on with this. Home ownership. Buy a house and live there. And it's not a flipper that you're gonna just, fix up and sell and try to keep upgrading to get a giant mansion. Get yourself a house. It doesn't have to be a big one. A medium or a small size house is better, even if you're a millionaire, even if you're rich. People with big mansions have electricity bills that would give you a heart attack if you ever saw it. You know what a mansion costs to keep those lights on? What the landscapers cost? What do you spend, $50 a month? That's not what it's going to cost for that big giant super mansion that you dream about. You're going to be giving people, you have $100,000, $150,000 a year landscape contract. So be humble and buy a house and live there and fix it up and make it great. Make it your little Garden of Eden, your little oasis, your little spot. Because what's the alternative? To continually move from apartment to apartment, from place to place, continually be paying rent, making some other motherfucker rich? How dumb you are paying rent? You buy a house and you could start renting to people instead of paying rent. You could learn how the real estate game works. There's a reason why Donald Trump got involved in it. There's money in real estate. Oh my God. The value of this property. I'm not planning on moving, but oh, wow. This town is grown and the value of this property is more than doubled. So buy a house. Home ownership. And this is the last one on my list. We could probably go on with this for a while. And I do coaching and mentoring. If anybody wants to be more stable in their life, we could talk about this for an hour. But would be develop a long-term relationship. Long-term relationship, one that leads to family and, marriage. If you're gonna just shack up with some chick for 5, 7, 8 years and not get married, to me that doesn't make sense. One of the reasons why you get married is it's a commitment. And commitment's important. If you don't actually get married and have the ceremony, it's not about the piece of paper. People say, I don't need the piece of paper. Who cares about the piece of paper, right? It's about the ceremony. To stand up there with a priest or a rabbi, whoever your spiritual leader, whoever's going to marry you, in front of your friends and family, and it's kind of this declaration, that's my chick, everybody gets their hands off, but it's also this commitment. that you make with another person. This partnership. And I believe in pairing up for life. I don't believe in divorce. And I know that's hard for some of you to hear that have been divorced a bunch of times. My dad was married 7 times. I don't believe in divorce. You're not going to just leave because the relationship's got a little boring or whatever. But, there has to be true commitment, a commitment to truth, a commitment to working things out, a commitment to a lifelong goal of, being partners. And it may not always be buck wild, Pornhub, crazy boot knocking sex. That's fun. It may not be passion and wearing white linen running through the beach, on the beach towards each other like you see in movies. It may not always be like that. Sometimes you might be sleeping on the couch. You might be in the garage sitting there being like, fuck that bitch. But you're not leaving. Ain't nobody going nowhere. That's what commitment's about, and it gives you purpose and meaning in your life, and it's real stability. So it's all just food for thought. Thanks for watching.